Hello, I'm very happy to be with you today with the University of Bologna and particularly Yunus Social Business Centre. I'm very happy that you have organized this session, you have organized this conference. And this is the right time actually to have this discussion because we are in a very critical phase of our existence in this planet. You saw the IPCC report which came out in August. That's a horrifying thing that they have been saying. They have documented in a scientific way how critical is our existence on this planet. They could have almost said that human beings is on the verge of becoming an endangered species on this planet. We don't have much time left because of the global warming. It's coming in a big way. It's not something in a slow pace will happen some centuries later. It's not like that. They just give very specific dates. They said in the coming 20 years, the world temperature will either reach 1.5 degrees Celsius or go beyond it. That's a very terrifying thing to remember, that 1.5 degrees Celsius. Because that's a cutoff point. Once we reach that point, 1.5 degrees Celsius, we are in the red zone of our existence. Our existence is in question now if we get there. And only 20 years left. In the global scale of our age, 20 years is practically nothing. And many of us here today will be at the prime of their life to see that happening. They don't have to wait for 1.5 degrees Celsius. Even when it's approaching that 1.5 degrees Celsius, world's condition will become terrible. And once we cross that, we are in the red zone, meaning it's extremely difficult to come back from that kind of situation. So this is where we are in that context. And then you see the pandemic revealing many of the ugly facts about ourselves. When the pandemic came, we thought the world will react in a global way, in a concerted way, in a bond of friendship for all the world countries, all the nations put together, fight this battle with the coronavirus, COVID-19, so that we can be free from that COVID-19. And we have been talking about creating that we have already created a world of global village. The world has become a global village because we are so close to each other. We can reach out to anybody, anytime, anywhere, because the communication became so easy, travel became so easy. The world became smaller, like a village, as if all of us are just a next door neighbor. That's what we thought, but that was a myth. That's what the pandemic has demonstrated. Why? Because the moment pandemic began, we started seeing not the reaction as a global village, protecting each other as a village, but isolating each other from other people. We saw, instead of a global village, we saw a series of isolated islands, distance from each other. They don't want to connect with each other. They want to see how to protect their own little island. And we became very selfish in that for survival. When the survival question came, we became extremely selfish. We didn't care about the global solution to it. We are talking about the solution to our own tribe. So we became very tribal in our outlook. And that's a dangerous thing to reveal, to see that this is where we are. And it became very vivid and extremely ugly when it came to the vaccine. We were hoping that vaccine will come when we are in 2020. There's no vaccine yet, but we were hoping that vaccine will come by the end of 2020. And then once the vaccine comes, we know the solution we got, because now we protect ourselves. The whole world will protect itself because vaccine will protect us. And at the end of 2020, by the beginning of 2021, we got the vaccine. But people didn't get the vaccine. Very strange. We thought everybody would be trying very hard to reach out to all the people in the world to save them. We left them alone. We have the knowledge now protect all the lives in the world from the COVID-19. Knowledge is not the problem. How to protect us, we know that. And that knowledge is symbolized by this vaccine. The knowledge of vaccine is here. It's available, but not to everybody. Why? Because we build wall around the knowledge of survival, creating vaccines. We are keeping it secret inside that wall. Why? This is the wall of profit maximization. Some people want to make extreme amount of profit by letting it go to the people who are the highest bidder, who are the lucky ones who can pay for it. And that's what happened. So whatever vaccine we have produced now, until now, produced 75% of the vaccines went to the lucky 10 countries only. 75% of the entire production of vaccine went to the lucky 10 countries. That's it. Africa as a continent didn't get even 2% of that vaccine. Isn't that terrible information? Is it terrible not because this vaccine cannot be produced? It's simply because we are not allowing it to be produced. So we have been campaigning to make vaccines a common good, make it patent-free, no commercial ownership on the vaccine copyright, on the patent right. So we are campaigning against the patent right, meaning let this knowledge be available to everyone. Just the knowledge, not the vaccine. Please remember that. We are not talking about give vaccines to everybody. We are simply saying reveal the knowledge. Don't hide that knowledge. If you reveal, everybody will take that knowledge and produce it and take care of themselves. It will be easy, simple. We mobilized it, we appealed it, we signed letters and appealed to all the governments. We went to the United Nations. Still we couldn't make it. Now we have mobilized the entire world opinion to make it happen. But Germany rejects it. In the TRIP Council, WTO, you need a unanimous decision. Every country has to agree. If one single country disagrees, they cannot make it open for all countries. We were of patent right. So Germany is resisting. Germany doesn't want to do that. So for one country, or maybe 3 or 4 other countries with them, the whole world has to suffer. This is where we are right now. What I was trying to say that how people become so selfish, how our economy can make us extremely selfish, greedy. During this time, this 9 new billionaires have been created in 1 year. In 1 year, 2021. In 1 year, 9 new billionaires are created in the pharmaceutical industry, which is producing these vaccines. See, this is how they see the benefit of having the knowledge of producing vaccines. So this is one thing, and we are saying that this world that we created is created in a wrong way, because it's all profit maximizing way, nothing else. Economy tells about profit maximization, and profit maximization created all the problems we have now. Global warming, as I said, IPCC tells us the most recent information, is all created by the businesses. And businesses in collaboration with us as consumers. We collaborated with the business, we supported them, and they happily made money by serving us, by producing fossil fuel. And we enjoyed taking fossil fuel, driving cars, running vehicles and flying airplanes and so on. And every use we are making coal, fossil fuel, and every other thing. It contributes 86% of the global warming. So if we stop using the fossil fuel, global warming was immediately stopped. We know that this is nothing. What I'm saying is nothing new. You heard 1,000 times, but nobody takes it seriously. Nobody takes it. The urgency behind the whole thing. That urgency is completely missing. So I'm inviting you to feel that urgency, that it's our life, our children's life particularly, is at stake. Maybe we will somehow squeeze through, but our children will be stuck. They will not have any future for themselves as a life. That's why young people are rebelling in many countries, going on hunger strikes, creating organizations and campaign movements like Fridays for Future, blaming their parents that you have stolen our future, but still we don't pay attention to it. They keep saying our house is burning. Planet is our house, this is burning. But inside the house, we are having parties as if nothing happened. We are enjoying it, enjoying the successes of our businesses, GDP growth, technological breakthroughs. But we don't realize that we are inside the house which is burning. So I'm trying to wake up everybody to come and stop the fire first, then do the celebration if we're still alive. So this is what the message is. Urgency is the most important thing. And pandemic has given us an opportunity to rethink the entire system of economics that we practice in the world. That system is a wrong system, which created all the problems. Problems of global warming, we see that. I don't have to elaborate because you have been hearing it many, many times. I'm adding to the aspect of the urgency of it. We have to do it now, not tomorrow. If you say, well, by 2050 we'll do that, in 2050 we may not be around. Why do we talk about 2050? Why don't we talk about now? We have to make sure we never get to the 1.5 degrees Celsius. Never get to the 1.5 degrees Celsius. Rather than saying in 20 years we'll get to the 1.5 degrees Celsius. It's almost saying tomorrow will be 1.5 degrees Celsius. It's too close to us. All the wealth of the world is concentrated in fewer hands. Only a handful of people own all the wealth of the world. You check it out. You check it out. Italy, how many people own how much of the wealth? You'll be surprised. Only few people. You can recognize them by name. Who owns the major part of the wealth of Italy? Every country, just not Italy. Bulk of the people, 99% of the population of the entire world, 99%, which is almost the whole population, 99% of the population of the world own only 1% of the wealth. Then, if you reverse it, 99% of the wealth is in the hands of 1%, and 99% of the people have only 1% of the wealth. This is silly. This is not economy. This is robbery. Simply we created a system where all the wealth goes in one direction to the top. People who are on the way up in an income scale. All the money, all the wealth goes to them. Why did we create it in the first place? Why don't we redesign it? We created it. This is a system. This is not given by the nature, not given by God. That God has given a system. We have to follow that. This is not created by God. You created it, I created it, our university created it. We are party to that. So now that we know we created it, we can undo that. We created something new to bring wealth and people together, not separate it out. Wealth is on one part of the scale, income scale. Wealth, people are on the bottom of the scale, and wealth is the highest point of the scale. In between, there's emptiness. So we're saying, no, we have to bring the wealth and the people to live together. And that's the system we have to work with. And then massive unemployment because of the artificial intelligence, that we have to address that. These are the kind of things that we want to have. So we want to create a world of 3 zeros. That's my point. That's what I want to do, draw your attention. Let us create a world of 3 zeros. 0 net carbon emission to stop the global warming. 0 wealth concentration to end poverty once for all, and 0 unemployment by unleashing the entrepreneurship in all of us. These 3 zeros. Let's pursue these 3 zeros, make it happen, create that world, and then get rid of this global warming and everything, the wealth concentration, and create a life that we. Thank you very much for inviting me.